My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. Today is February 13th, 2023. It is 10:58 p.m. So this might be what? Maybe the second video for the day. The one that I did earlier was like 2 a.m. and now it's 11 p.m. So yeah, I have a lot of politics tweets to share with you, but not now. Not now. All right, so let's go on Twitter. So I bookmarked this because the squad, once they say a good morning, they are very specific who their good mornings goes out to. All right. Good morning to Princess Meghan, Princess Meghan's beloved husband, beautiful children, supporters, casual observers, and everyone except virulent haters, takers, imitators, grifters, colonizers, and scroungers. I don't know. This is why I bookmarked this. I have a lot of important tweets to share with you, but this one got me cracking the way she said her good morning. All right, and some of the squad responded, good morning, good morning, and there's more, good morning, hi, hi, beautiful, good afternoon, I want that bench, there's this, good morning. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. I took my time. It took me an hour to put that list together because when I was on my phone, I was liking a lot of things, but I was not behind my computer to put it on my notepad to make the list. So it took me a while to go back to some of the things that I liked throughout the day and then put it on the list for you guys. All right, so there's this here. The way I'm crying over here, Kitty clocked Will's right in his melon at their Cornwall visit. Someone's sick of having a finger in her face. Quote, when a cosplay Harry and Meghan goes terribly wrong. All right. So yesterday in one of my videos, the squad put something out, a video, I think from Invictus, of Harry and Meghan playing table tennis. And there they go. They went in straight in and copy. They're a game to remember. And that table tennis from Invictus was a while back. It's just that for some reason it was popping up on my timeline yesterday. A game to remember. Later in the day, William and Kate showed their competitive streaks when they challenged another couple to a game of table tennis at Community Hub, the Dracena Center, which offers services such as family and youth support, children activities, legal advice, sports and fitness, and community food programs. Okay. Steve added, quote, I kept the ball going down the table and Kate smashed the ball into William's face. She took her opportunity to get her anger out because now she's in public. So he won't retaliate. It was lucky I didn't do that. It was incredible. I'm gonna try to read what's behind this. Thinking about it. It's recall. Okay, sure. Okay, I can't see them. If you could see it, good, because I can't see it after the highlight. Okay, Steve's wife Jenny, 63, said, quote, I was surprised by how seriously Kate was taking it. She said next time she will wear her trainers. Oh my God. If you look at the video that I did that had the table tennis of Harry and Meghan, and I said something like, imagine they take that serious and then, you know, they do their lovey-dovey, whoever wins do certain things for each other. I was talking stupid. So this is the video that was being played for Invictus. All right, so let's read some of the comment. I like when Meghan shook her, that little nod. Alright, so let's read some of the comment. Okay, so not only is his younger brother better at physical activities, but his wife is also. This is what she should have focused her philanthropic activities on: sports, physical fitness, not early childhood. Everybody see that. She's not doing things that she's passionate about. I don't know. I think is the, how do you call this? Maybe the palace is forcing her. It's not like I'm making excuse for her. But then again, you know how the royal family are. They just like someone to falter so the other one could look good. I don't know how manifest into their brain as being a good thing when one of their own is doing terribly, so the other one look good. I don't know how this really equate to anything, but this is exactly that. If she's into sport, yeah, there's some pictures I saw before she got into the royal family. Before she married, she used to do something about boating. How do they call this? I don't know. She does other things, so why don't she focus on that? My goodness, can the Cambridges stop making a spectacle of themselves by replicating the Sussexes? Okay, they have no originality. It's borderline embarrassing. This is no longer cosplay. There's something really wrong with those two. The whole island over there. They don't get tired of doing the same because we all talk about it. Okay, well, that's another thing. But they're making a fool of themselves. Why don't they use their time? Okay, let's see here. While they really have one original bone in their body, copies always come out lighter and weaker than the original. Damn shame. Okay, they don't get tired of cosplaying Harry and Meghan. Good Lord, can these two do anything original? Ha ha ha. Okay, that's that. Alright, so let's move to the next one. There's more comment, but I'm moving on. Next tweet. Okay. Charles. Okay, this is a retweet of Dan Wooten. Charles doesn't need to protect Prince William from Harry. Charles needs to protect himself from Prince William. The irony of the last 7 years is that Harry and Meghan would have been more trustworthy allies to underserving Charles than his screen concert and his impatient, angry hair. Yeah, I've always said that. Harry is more actually, Harry pretty much had all of them, their backs, but they both went and backstabbed Harry and Meghan. Okay, what did they and what? Okay, Prince William is justifiably angrier than he's ever been with Harry, but he's the one who's inflicting pain on Harry. But given Charles is determined to have the Sussexes at the coronation, it's now up to the kings to protect his eldest son. I mean, William gonna have to wait until his turn, so at least Harry already got the memo when his brother is being coronated, if it ever gets to that point. Okay, so Harry knows not to go, because they will be talking about Harry mostly. Okay, then William is the one who assaulted Harry, who refused to fight back. He needs no protection from his brother. Okay, then Wooten is KPPR machine. When is William not angry? Wooten's tweets make no sense. Charles wants to protect William, but he is going against what he wants. Do us a favor, Charles, and don't invite Harry and Meghan. No doubt they much prefer to spend the day in Montecito celebrating their own little king, Archie, 4th birthday. My goodness, I can't believe Archie is gonna be 4. Okay, Wooten, this is a peanut, enjoy it. BS, no potential trustworthy allies, don't publish private conversation and text for money even if there's been a falling out. Nonsense from Dan Bratton. The war has always been between Charles and William, with Harry and Meghan caught in the crossfire. Yep. Alright, let's go to the next one. Getting to the more interest. I'm probably gonna have at least 4 videos because I wanted to put my energy on the more important things, which is I'm doing the first video, and then the other one is regarding Camilla having COVID and Fergie doing speeches at 90-second Y and all of this. So I leave that maybe for second video. Okay, there's this here. Willy, 1, exposed as domestic mental physical abuser. I'm glad other people are seeing the same thing that I see. Yeah, this kid don't belong anywhere near. Why am I calling him kid? He's a freaking grown man. He doesn't belong anywhere near mental charities. Nowhere near it. Okay, the only time he should be near it is if he is a patient. because he needs help. William needs help. Okay, 2, fraudulently, but his brother named to anti-bully statement. 3, age sole personal info to Wotton, which led Harry to Scotland Yard. 4, insecure, jealous, lazy, and adequate racist man-child who chased his brother of the firm. Alright, so he's retweeting this. Oh, that's the Wotton here. I'm not gonna click on that article. Prince William is... Oh, so that's the thing I just... someone took a screenshot of it. And then this person retweeted out. It happened on my timeline. Okay, so that was the tweet. Okay, Prince William justifiably angrier than he's ever been with Harry, but giving Charles is determined to have the Sussexes at the coronation. It's now up to the king to protect his eldest son. My new online. Okay, so that's his article here, and someone responded on it, and it come on my timeline. Okay, I just read this. Let's see the screenshot. Prince William's baffling school threat. I will send my knight to kill you. You see, this kid has some mental issues. Sometimes signs are showing and people fail to tackle it the moment it appears. And I think his oldest son have said something similar to this as well. So this is something they should take seriously before it becomes out of control. Prince William once told a classmate he did not like, quote, I will send my knights to kill you when I am king, end quote, a royal expert claim in a book. Even though we know it's children talking nonsense, at the same time, they build up, okay? They become bigger and bigger into something else, okay? But at this age, was it similar to that age where he walked in the room and punched Princess Diana between her legs? Jeez, and there's this. Thinking of the video of it. Okay, out. It angers me that more aren't looking into how a future king can release a fraudulent statement his brother didn't sign or agree to. Isn't that a crime? It is, but according to them, this is what happened. The queen, I don't know if the queen was helping or not helping or whatever, because they want to be able to do whatever they want. But when laws are being passed, the queen sent her people to make sure they're not affected by certain laws. They could only benefit from it. So when things like that happen, they're scot-free. Nobody can touch them. So this is why they feel inclined to do whatever they want, to inflict pain on anybody they want, because they cannot be arrested. They cannot be punished for certain things. So that's that. It is fraudulent. And Harry said in the docuseries, I think it was the docuseries, okay, about the statement that put out that they never asked him. I think he said something like that. Looks like Willy boy will have benefited greatly from a sharp slap on the back of the leg, being cheeky like that. Yeah, Princess Diana knew. Okay, I'm thinking about that picture I have of him, Princess Diana tapping him in the butt, because Princess Diana saw that stupidity he had in his head since he was a child. I mean, at that age, when I think it was about that age here, where they put the picture of him here. Okay, when they do certain things, okay, you put them in their place. Let them know what they do wrong. It's wrong. That way they don't continue it over. But he never had anybody to put a stop to it except Princess Diana. Then Princess Diana left. And then the firm turned him into what he is now. Next tweet. I'm not going to go to the Wotton thing. Alright, next tweet. The headlines coming out of UK aren't doing the royal family a favor, especially Charles and William. They're doing one thing, confirming that Willy has anger issues and is a bully. Charles is spineless, uncaring father. Kate, meanwhile, is second only to God. That's the side. All out of touch. Yeah. They're showing themselves. Prince William has a stern warning for Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and their children. I think on my last video that I recorded, I think earlier this morning, I came across this headline. I'm like, my goodness, this is almost, that's another thing that I saw. These are those headlines that they keep on putting to, I don't know, people's subconscious. And then when they really say something stupid, people are already immune to it, similar to what Clarkson did. If it wasn't the international who cry out of what Clarkson did, they would not do anything about it. For them, it's normal. And then the other thing is that Harry and Meghan kept their children out of the public life. Why is he mentioning Harry's children? Okay, he uses, meaning William and Kate uses their children to, whatever, photo app or whatever it is that they do. Okay, but Harry doesn't want his kids to be part of that stupid game. Or performance, should I say. Okay, what does he think Archie and Lily are going to do? Imagine writing that about a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. It's like they're writing about adults dehumanizing those kids like they did their mother. Why can't our kids ever be kids? That's the thing. This is what Harry wants. He wants his kids to be kid. Okay? Play, and if they make a mistake or whatever, he and Meghan can correct the kids, that what they did wrong. The world doesn't need to see it. Why are they always fair game for these people to abuse? Spare, there's that, the member of the royal family residing in the UK. Who will I be today? That's very interesting. Exactly. Willy is the Kane brother. He is evil. I stay away from Andrew. Okay? Time to just ignore it all now. The press are very fickle. Know that Harry's book has been very well received by the public and shown them up as the nasty liar they are. Now they are turning on the king and William, knowing that they will not be fact-checked by the palace. Wondering if anyone commenting here actually read the article or just the headline. Okay, so sex squad, rubbish. We don't click on those people. We don't give them clicks. We just read the headline. Okay, I'm not, look at that previous tweet. I told you, I'm not gonna click on them wooden thing. Cancel the monarchy. If they want to be fair with their articles, make their headline relate to what they wrote to the article. The headlines are confirming that warring Windsors sell more newspapers and ads than the Fab Four. That's it. Alright, that's this. Bullshit. Okay, his children too. Shameless. Is it stay home? Tabloid headlines highlighting an opinion piece dredged up from someone's imagination. Even as the home of the Kardashian family, Americans know the difference between speculation and actual fact based on reporting. We just like to be entertained. Not everybody, not at the expense of people's lives. Okay, we want to be entertained. We go to the movie, we watch something that is, we already know is fake. So don't use people's regular lives, okay, to create stories. This is the thing that pisses Harry off. Okay, they create the news about him when it's not true, when it affects him personally. So we want to be entertained. Be fair. That's all. Just be fair with your reporting. People will read it even if they don't like what you said, as long as it's the fact. If Kensington Royal, next tweet by the way, if at Kensington Royal doesn't speak out against this language, then it can be assumed they condone this. This Royal, that's the same headline again. Okay, is people who tweet it out and then put their own whatever perspective of it. All right, William is a Nazi. Good job, William. Threaten toddlers and babies. That says a lot about you. William, the Prince William, is an abuser. It's like they're showing themselves more and more as time passes. I don't know what they think they're doing by doing that, if that makes them feel good about themselves. Alright, so this we're starting to get a little bit more interesting. I think I put this on my community vote for you. Okay, when Harry and Meghan decided they will be stepping back as working royal, their friends told them to document everything. It had been 3 years of the royal family lying about everything, including things like it was Meghan who wanted her name removed from Archie's birth certificate. It's funny, when I was editing one of the videos yesterday, and did I put it or I remove it? I think I put Archie's, I think I removed it. I didn't leave it. I put it, then I changed my mind. Okay, because this came to mind when they were saying something. I forgot what the tweet was about. Alright, so let's continue with the thread. They lie that it was Harry and Meghan who refused Archie's title, while it was King Charles who planned to strip it. Lied and Meghan refused Lando Wang's photo call. Lied about bullying claims. Lied about leaking stories to tabloid. Lied about blindsiding the Queen. Lies, lies, lies. So when Prince Harry said in Harry and Meghan Netflix that he still had all the texts and emails and that he will read them every once in a while. The royal family knows not to say anything they can back up. That's why it's always, quote, a friend of William, end quote, talking to the tabloid. All right, it continues. Okay, lie about Netflix contacting them. Their default is to lie that they even forgot Netflix could readily call them out. All right, so I shared this particular thing. It may not be on this video, on this channel, probably on my other channel. All right, so she retweeted that. Lied about not receiving an email from Netflix. Lied about Harry's and Will's joint statement, fraudulent in my opinion. Lied that it was Meghan that made Kate cry when it was Kate that made Meghan cry. Lied about the printer not working. There's this. Lied about security. The whole thing is built on lying. Let's see here. 14 comment in here. Let's go in here. Okay, so it continues. There's that. Let me also take this opportunity remind how the UK police lied about Meghan being at a about a protest and put her down in that investigation report. Yes, I remember that. What was it? It was Kate who went to Sarah Everett or something like that. That was during the height of COVID. Okay, she didn't have her mask. She pretended that she was anonymous, whatever, and then when it comes to the police report, they put Meghan. My goodness, I have it on my other channel. I remember the thumbnails of that because I have the picture of Kate walking with that brown jacket or something like that.
She's in the course of her duties. She was working, so of course, in that.
Really, it was legal for her because you think she was there for work.
All right, let's see here. UK Metropolitan Police can't tell the difference between Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton, police report suggests. Oh my goodness, the Duchess of Cambridge left and the Duchess of Sussex right, John Stillwell. Okay, that's this. The UK's Metropolitan Police confused. They're not confused. They're not confused. They know exactly what they're doing. If it was a positive thing, they will get it right. Okay, if it was Kate who did something positive, they will get that right. It's because the fallout, the way that she thought it was gonna be, it didn't come out that way. So they use Meghan on the negative. But I'm telling you, if Meghan were to sue that freaking country, it will be in billions, and they will have to pay her back for the amount of pain and suffering, unnecessary pain and suffering they put her through. And it would not be coming out of the taxpayers thing. It will go, whatever the money that the palace usually get from the taxpayers, or maybe the Cornwall, whatever, to pay Meghan. Okay, the lies. They are a bunch of crooks and liars. Archie wasn't born in the land of Wings. Okay, the Windsor's first instinct is to always lie. The word truth is not in their vocabulary. Why do you think the institution has survived for long? It's because it's built on lies. That's their baseline. That's a very good point. We live in a new era though, that now they are being exposed. They should have left Meghan alone. They should have left Meghan alone to continue their facade, because everyone, including myself, when I said that everyone, maybe not everyone, majority of people used to think, you know, that prestige kind of thing, right? So we just look at them as like an entertainer and then we move on with our lives. But due to their inner racism and their hate, you know, they can't leave Meghan alone. All right, so it ended up exposing themselves. It's almost like that, how do you call this? There's that tweet that I came across, a businessman I think it's an American businessman who was making the comparison between UK business people and the US business people. And the UK, even if they that huge big name CEO, whatever, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but just paraphrasing also. Okay, and someone or a young person have an idea and they bring it up to that CEO. That CEO will mock, laugh, and put that person down to say that your idea is horrible. And at the expense, even though they're already up there, billionaires, okay, the way they're going at it, they don't even care how it's gonna affect their own wealth. Okay, they will destroy themselves while they're destroying the other person in that sense. But in the US, okay, they encourage you, they cheer for you, they support you on your idea, and hopefully you succeed. And I hope we continue that kind of mentality, because I see they're pushing toward that negativity in the US. It's been at it, but we're trying. Okay, British royal family lack integrity of any sort. I feel bad for Meghan marrying Anne. Unlike some dysfunctional aspect of any family, British royal family embodied by King Charles III, Camilla, Wills and Kate, and arrogant and power possesses quartet seem to lack integrates humanity. Though Harry is, there's the thumbs up, maybe Meghan would have been better off without Harry. Yeah, and Harry knows that too. Harry knows that. That's what he wants to make sure to protect and honor her. And I think Princess Diana literally get Meghan into Harry's life for Harry to see through that freaking screen and said, this is the woman you should chase. Okay, tell me you know nothing about title without telling me you know nothing about titles. Alright, so let's go. That's the thing here. They thought Meghan would be mesmerized by title. Meghan doesn't give a shit about title. She made it herself without having any freaking title. Okay, her own will and power and imagination, what she aspired to be and all of that, she does what she needs to do and to make it happen. Title then have to get involved on any of that. All right, so there's that. Them and Waddle and Blurs constantly get caught out lying. Shutter Island should be awarded great capital of ugly big liars. Okay, really good advice. There's this. Okay, you have a very twisted, unrealistic vision of the reality of this. Okay, reality of what? They lie. Okay, so if they lie, that's not their reality. Why can't they tell the truth? Okay, where do people get this rubbish, disinformation and believe it without due diligence? Okay, best advice ever from their friends about document everything. Okay, thanks heaven. They have good friends who really care about them and have their best interests at heart by giving them good advice. Yeah, let's see, there's one comment under this. What's that? Well, that's the best laugh of the day. Well, hey, when it comes to court document and they're trying to say things, look how the bully thing come. And then when the investigation come and they find out that, I don't know what they find out, but it wasn't in their best interest. Okay, the royal family's best interest. Why didn't they put it public? Because the way they went out with that bullying claim before the Oprah interview make the entire world know that Meghan is a bully.
Royal household about someone who was, at the time at least, a very senior member of the royal family. Meghan was married to the sixth in line to the throne, and this is very serious indeed. But one other thing that I've learned is that whilst this bullying claim was submitted by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, the staff involved didn't know that it had been submitted, and when they found out, they asked for it to be rescinded. So we've got quite a difficult story here.
The allegations of bullying that Meghan faced in the workplace, in the royal workplace at the palace, are somewhat complex, because we talk about allegations and accusations. We've heard the word bullying thrown around. In fact, even the palace put that on a press statement when they announced they were launching an internal investigation. What we haven't heard are any examples or anecdotes to back up these claims. And, when we spoke to many of the sources that helped us throughout this book, people who are for and some who are even not particularly on the side of the Sussexes, no one was able to give any information that supported or backed up those claims of bullying. And when we dug into it even further, we found out that the individual who had made the claims of bullying in the workplace at the palace was sort of speaking on behalf of a few others in the workplace. This was a concerned boss. He was their private secretary to the couple and to William and Kate, who had written to the Human Resources Department to air his concerns over how staff were feeling. Now, what we detail in the book, and I've already gone into detail with in the past as well, was that two of these individuals, when they heard that that complaint was made, immediately went to their boss and asked for the information to be rescinded. They wanted to take back any allegations of bullying. So that leaves a few question marks over what these bullying allegations are. We've yet to hear actually what happened. No one's come forward with that information, and the palace say that the investigation continues. We may not hear anything until next year. I would imagine it's something that the couple would like to put behind them. I know that they were very supportive of an investigation going ahead.
Yeah, I think there's another factor here too, that Meghan is a very professional woman, and she's very American in that way. And the male-dominated culture, the royal household, doesn't like the kind of terms that they would use there, pushy and pushy American. They don't like pushy Americans, meaning that they don't like professional people who work hard. And a lot of the Debbie kind of girls who get to work inside the palace work from about 9 to 12 and then take the rest of the day off. And Meghan was very impatient with that. She wanted to see a new work ethic, maybe a work ethic as strong as the Queen's herself.
Because it helps them get to the bottom of the matter as well. But so far, there's very little evidence to back it up.
But now that the investigation is done, why can't they put it out if they feel that she's a bully? That's because it doesn't go with their narrative. All right? So if push comes to shove, look, everybody wants to sue her, and they're pushing some people to go to court to sue her, so she has her back up. All right? You could laugh, but Meghan will have the last laugh. Okay? Because she has document to protect her with all these people. All right? Next tweet. Okay, lied about receiving an email from Netflix, lied about Harry and Will's joint statement, fraudulent in my opinion, lied that it was Meghan that made Kate cry when it was Kate that made Meghan cry, lied about their printer not working, lied about security. The whole thing is built online. Okay, so this tweet was within that, and then she tweeted the other one out as well. So let's read some of that. Lied that Meghan requests Jason Kenoff to testify in favor of Mel on Sunday. This, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe these people. Because this type of stupidity, they've done it before, and they think Meghan will fall for this. I mean, it's just common sense. Just common sense. Why would Meghan didn't need anybody to help them to speak or whatever. She had what she needed to put to win her case. So they don't even think logically. This is the most stupid thing I ever see in my entire life. Okay, yes, the list goes on. Most don't get the point of the whole point of view was to out King Charles III, shenanigans with George V convention, Harry, yeah, that too, and many other things. The headline, for me, I feel like it's all those headlines that were saying nonsense about Meghan, and she wanted to, you know, put the truth out there. It's not what it says. It's not, reality doesn't match those headlines. Okay, there's this shenanigan with the George V convention. He planned on denying the titles. Oh yeah, this, I think he went full-heartedly after the Queen passed. I really think he went full-heartedly, and that's why I think, in my humble opinion, I spoke about it on my other channel, that other queen from, what is it? Is it Denmark? Probably Denmark. I'm always confused, Denmark and Netherlands. So Denmark, I think. Okay, and took away her grandchildren's title, and I think it was a test. I really think that. I don't know for a fact, but my humble opinion, because this was too close during all of this conversation of that. They didn't even give the thing time to settle down and then to do it. No, it was right in the midst of the discussion of titles. So he had to probably, in my humble opinion, force her to do it, and I think she did it out of fear for those children. I spoke about it, okay, because when the invite and uninvite happened to the Queen's daughter-in-law, and they give her a test of what the tabloid could do to them. Because the minute I saw that was going on, I started seeing things about her grandchildren, the future king's children. Okay, things that happened in school. They had to remove them out of school because of some stuff that happened in school and all of that. Okay, so I knew. I really felt like it was a test. Okay, and then next thing you know, took away out of nowhere. Even the father, okay, the spare children didn't even know she was gonna do that. They spoke about it. From my understanding, there was a time frame where that was gonna be done when those kids are a certain age or whatever, but out of nowhere, okay, and it was in the midst of all of the discussion. So I think, in my humble opinion, the British royal family had something to do with that. And then the other queen, I really felt like she did it to protect the other children. Okay, but the other royals from Netherlands and some other place, they're not following that same footstep. As a matter of fact, they're embracing it. I think some of them already have black people who marry into their families.
And, you know, recently, within the last couple of months, the King of the Netherlands and the King of Norway have led by example.
So they accept it and they do their thing. Whatever agreement they did, it's working fine for them. But the British royal family, nope. All right, this is their own demise for poking at the bear. Instead of, I mean, they've done so many nonsense throughout their history. Instead of moving forward and try to, I don't know, sneak your way into the future without poking to the bear, but they poke the bear and get people angry at them. I don't know. The UK is running by a mob of business people. The same people, in my humble opinion, who were for slavery, who were all of that. These are the same mindset people that's over there running the country. So they infiltrate all position of power to make sure they continue their nonsense. That's my humble opinion.
We have a simple and very powerful concept in the U.S. judicial system. Prosecutors in the courts are not supposed to air accusations against anyone without giving the accused person the opportunity to refute the allegations and to defend themselves. It's a pillar of American justice. That is due process. That is innocent until proven guilty. That is fair play. And in Fulton County, Georgia, the district attorney there, Fani Willis, cited that need to be fair to any future defendants when she told a judge last month that she did not want released to the public a special grand jury's report on its investigation into 2020 election interference by Donald Trump and his associates. District Attorney Willis was basically saying, I know there is this grand jury report. I know that special grand jury said they want their report released to the public, but I say, no, don't do it. Don't give it to the public. She's basically saying, wait for me to file indictments in court or not. Let the allegations be aired that way against people who will then be given a fair shot to defend themselves against those charges in court. Otherwise, we should keep them secret.
All right. Let's continue with some of the comments. Okay, most don't get the point of the whole point of view was to out King Charles III shenanigans with the Judge 5th convention. He planned to deny the titles to Archie and Lily, then lie and say Harry and Meghan didn't want it. They outed him to stop him. If he does, people will know it was racist. Okay, yep. And then this is why I said he made the other one, in my humble opinion, to do it so he could have an example to say this is not racist. Look, they did it already. But he's so freaking stupid. He did it too quickly. He didn't even bury his mother and to go straight at that. I don't know. Maybe around this time, that's when they should have started talking about it. But they did it so quickly, and that's why it raised my radar. That's the only reason it raised my radar, because they did it so quickly and the discussion of that was in the midst. Yep, lied about Knopf being asked to give evidence. I will never get my last video. I spoke a lot about that Knopf and the lawsuit. I mean, I spoke about it a lot in many other videos, but my last video that I edited, I remember talking about it. Okay, Yap lied about Knopf being asked to give evidence. I will never get over the fact that the media is barely talking about fraudulent joint statement that Will did on the bullying rumor. This kind of move is concerning. Guess who should be talking about it? Harry. Okay, the people who did the fraudulent is not gonna talk about it. He already did it and then he get caught. You think he's gonna raise it? No, Harry should raise it. Alright, that's to comment. Future king of kings, bully, liar, no compassion, respect to people, a cheater. Alright, it's Harry's job to bring it up. Alright, he let it go. And this is the thing, I don't know, Charles and William don't get. There's a lot of things that Harry and Meghan or just let it go. But they keep adding more nonsense to get them angry. Yeah, Harry and Meghan just let things be, but they keep on adding to it. And this is the thing that they feel like they have the right to do whatever they want to anybody. Okay, royal family, a palace built on lies, racism, deceit, hateful people, hateful conduct, colonialism, colonizer, imperialism. Okay, and yet their fans have the audacity to call Meghan a liar. I mean, they know that. They know that. You think they're gonna call themselves a liar? Next tweet. Now this is another thread. Just seen a thread of people absolutely obsessing and theorizing why Duchess Meghan hasn't been seen out in a while. I wish I could see that thread, because since the Spare, Harry was out promoting the Spare, and now Harry is into his cocoon. You don't see them at all. You don't see both of them. But before that, you didn't see Meghan, and now you don't see both of them. Alright, people who despise and loathe her. It comes off absolutely unhinged. You hate her, but you want to know where she is and what she is doing 24/7. No, they just want her to come out so they could abuse her. Alright, they are stalkers. There's that. It really seems that way. They don't know what she's doing, so they make up the worst possible things to continue hating her. What is it? I read. It's gonna be on video too. What is it? Fergie is gonna be doing like talk at 90-second why, and she's that thing says something, she'll be talking about the royal family, Harry and Meghan, and I put in that tweet and I was like, if you want to know about Harry and Meghan, check Archwell, because since they left you don't hear anything. Okay, what would Fergie knows about that? And this raised my radar about her daughter. Okay, going over there, even though I try to separate the kids from the parents. But if she knows stuff about her daughter, that raised my radar. I mean, if Fergie knows things about Meghan and they are true, then without Meghan and Harry telling her, which means something, the daughter probably bringing information to her. And I think some of the squad have raised that issue before. But I didn't participate in the 90-second why. I don't know what she said. It's just the, I guess, the promotion of it is saying that she'll be talking about Harry and Meghan, and I'm like, how will she know things about Harry and Meghan? Because Harry and Meghan don't leak stuff to the press, don't leak stuff to people. Who would know? Only her daughter, who was over there hanging out with Harry and Meghan. I don't know. Okay, this is just my humble opinion. Okay, let's see here. Okay, without any evidence whatsoever, but with infinite joy, if it turns out true, I predict Meghan will surface in a month or two with a skincare and makeup line billionaire moves. But I don't know. Meghan has a lot on her plate because she still have, she's probably working for the summer podcast that's gonna come, archetype. Okay, boy, will the derangers combust? Will we cruel? Is the Pope Catholic? So ready for it. Okay, I would love her to bring out a skincare line. Alright, there's this. Royal Troll. Let's see this. There's Meghan. She looks really nice here. Look at them. I like that. They're mad because he'd rather be her husband than their prince. That dance, Harry was ready. Harry was ready. Okay, that's 100% true. They act like jilted lovers. Okay, they wanted her to go home. She did. They follow her there. They want her to shut up. She does. They still follow her and want her to speak. Could it be it's her existence that bothers them? This, we're gonna leave it up to God. It's gonna be up to God. Okay, no, it's their inferiority that bothers them. She shine a light. If they can't follow Meghan every move, they can't make money off of her. Alright, it's like they are obsessive stalker ex, lol. It's sad and scary too, because there's a lot of things. There's one video I actually bookmarked to share with you. It may not be on this video, but maybe the next one. Was it this guy on the train with his girlfriend screaming, and then he's about to hit her, and the passengers in the train had to come and restrain him. And I think it was in the UK. And it raised my radar regarding the domestic violence that lately I've been talking about. All right, let's see here. That's that. I just read this. They count the days. There's all of that. They know exactly how many days she's out of sight every time. Then they tell us that Meghan needs to shut up. It's reminiscent of when they were counting the days since Chuck and Di had been seen together in the mid to late 80s. British media is an obsessed talking bunch of losers. Well, let's just say the royal family let them in. That's the thing. They let them in to write all this nonsense. Okay, in the meantime, the Sussex squad just getting on with planning Archie and Lily's month-long birthday festivities, knowing Meghan is relaxed under the tree in Montecito. Alright, they are desperate for info to get engagement. The dark series and book have diminished their clicks. That's for sure. On my last video, I was talking about, I think I came across a tweet regarding the Murdoch thing. They're losing money and they're gonna fire a whole bunch of people. Okay, she's raising and loving her kids and loving and supporting her husband and Victor's games, philanthropy and humanitarian duties, hang out with Ellen, planning a birthday party, spending time with close friends and family. What it is to you. Meghan and Harry, love when, spare, Archwell Foundation. Mind your own damn business. That's for sure. And look at the squad. Sometimes the squad bring up pictures, God knows how long and when, and then whatever ideas that they have to create the caption for the picture, and then the conversation going. We don't need Harry and Meghan to go to be in public all the time. Okay, I rather them focus their energy in the background, do their work, maximize their energy. I'm laughing because the thing that Meghan had said.
Well, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
All right, and then once they come out, they punch us in the face with their hard work, and then they won some awards, and then they go back to their hiding. All right, the small world revolves around her. Alright, they have nothing left to eat. The Meghan bank is closed, knowing that Kate and William no longer bring anything useful and take 5 to 7 months of vacation paid by them. Other members are absent. Okay, I know, right? So one saying she's bored. She obviously is, cause Meghan's absent is giving them no content to hate or profit from. Their every waking moment really does evolve around her shadows. What was it? I posted something on my community, but I did say I wasn't gonna talk about it, but I didn't bookmark it. One of those, I think Lady L, she promised some things to her followers and she wasn't delivering, and her followers were upset. But anyway, check my community board, it's there. Alright, there's this here. Rewatching, quote, Diana in her own words, end quote. And it's amazing how people have sanitized how Princess Diana was treated prior to her death. Glad we have her story and her words. Imagine that. A lot of time I've used a lot of her words in my videos, but lately I don't put the video where her face is moving and all of that because I don't know, there's some copyright on it. So I only use the audios and then put a picture of her. All right, let's listen. 33 seconds. The last part where this video, I may not just read the captions because there's a music in the back. It's very loud. What was I gonna say? The last person at the end, right here. Let's move it back. Okay, people were saying that she's mad. I think he said
she's mad.
That's the narrative they put on all of them. Okay, whenever they want to get to those people to paint a picture of them, they go that these people are crazy.
People were, when I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side, were indicating that I was again unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better.
That's their thing, and this is why I keep on saying none of the royal family should be anywhere near anything that has to do with psychology. Okay, no charities with mental health, nothing, unless the only reason they should be near it if they themselves are the patient who's gonna get help, because these people are crazy. They love to paint everybody as being crazy, but they don't want who's doing the damages on people's well-being. Okay, wow, I never saw the Diana interview. Oh, I have it. Prince William is in front and center and trying to dine up Princess Meghan. And Prince William is also front and center and trying to erase his mother's account of her suffering.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Yep. When he came out and said, you know, what is it, that she was paranoid, I was like, what? Did he just call his mother that? I can't believe this. And I think Harry responded in a different way, even though the BBC did things illegal to get the interview with his mother, but it's still Diana's words. It is still her words. And that's exactly the same way that I saw it. Watch the doc if you can. I have to laugh when I tweet about the commonalities between the treatment of Meghan Markle and Princess Diana. And immediately the scream of nothing alike began. Her son sees and has stated that similarities, so I think he knows better than folks on Twitter. Yeah. Right, there's this Carol Malone's column, The Day Diana Died. The same people who harassed Diana are now paid to terrorize. People are using those words now. I always felt like it was terrorist kind of thing. The way that they were treating Harry and Meghan, I think it was terrorist. I literally have a video about that on PYTE. Okay, her daughter-in-law recycling many of the same method and narrative. I think I read this and I can't believe I'm not gonna read it again because I'm almost an hour. You could pause your screen and read it, okay? But I'll read the big one here. The headline: be clever like Camilla and clam up, die. I can't believe these people. And I always say they were fakers. Alright, there's this. Most people will have just called their doctor or counselor and made an appointment. Was Meg so passive that she just let it drop? Okay, I don't believe they gave the response she claimed. Well, if the palace felt like this wasn't happening, you know what? Because Meghan went on national television to say it. If they feel like they have a problem, then they could go to court. And the thing is that Meghan have receipt. Okay, it's probably through emails and said, I need to see this and that, and then they respond to her and did that. And there's Princess Diana. So you're telling me Princess Diana didn't do the same thing? Went to the Queen and asked the Queen she want her husband back?
Diana had hoped to get support from the Queen. She was sorely disappointed. According to the Princess, the Queen turned a cold shoulder to her appeal for help.
The Princess described an emotional scene inside the walls of Buckingham Palace.
And I was sobbing and I said, what do I do? I'm coming to you, what do I do? And she said, I don't know what you should do. John was hopeless. And that was it. That was help.
Okay, I've always, well, not always, a lot of time I put that part where Princess Diana went to the Queen and asked for her husband to come back, and the Queen didn't do a shit. Okay, it's almost the same thing. Okay, members of the royal family must follow strict protocol when it comes to everything, part of the issue. And then can you imagine if Meghan went out and did that, and then the tabloid came in and start talking about it? This is why she had to ask permission first, and then they claim they can't do anything about it. At some point, forget the institution. You have to think of yourself, because the institution is only thinking of the institution. Okay, all those business people wants to make sure the institution stay so they could do their nonsense around the world. All right, members of the royal family must follow strict protocol when it comes to everything. Part of the issue is people keep viewing this in terms of how regular people and regular families function. They are neither, and if she is lying, so is Prince Harry, as he confirmed it happened. There's the thing. And then, like everything else, call to court. Now they're afraid to claim anything because they know Harry and Meghan have receipt. Okay, royal reporter admit hearing about the request from HR. The squad have receipt. Okay, I never heard this, but let's see here. Stories of our times. One remarkable story told in Death Each Day, our daily news podcast, takes you to the heart of the stories that matter with exclusive access, reporting published for the start of your day, and hosted by Manveen Rana and David Aronovic. All right, Meghan and Harry, the firm. 36 seconds. Let's see here. I don't hear anything. There's no sound. There's no sound. I don't know. I don't know. Two people like it, but there's no sound. It wasn't until she died. She was universally loved. The tabloids were vicious to her. She was criticized for giving interviews about her experiences. Sound familiar? Okay. Diana desperate. And then we have to give Diana credit. She was doing all of this on her own. On her own. And then everyone around her have the script that Charles wanted them to have about her, as if she is crazy. When she says her friend, Charles' friends of her husband think that she's crazy and this and that. Yeah, they all have the same script, and they gave William the same script to call her crazy. And then Princess Diana was living in reality and said, no, I'm not crazy. You doing this. You seeing Camilla and this. She went to a party. There was a party that was going on. I think Charles was there and Camilla was there. She went there and caught, they weren't doing anything inappropriate, but she went there to talk to Camilla, to leave her husband alone. And then what the wife, Camilla, said to Princess Diana, what do you want from her? You got two beautiful children, and this and that.
And I said, Camilla, I'd love to have a word with you if possible. And she looked really uncomfortable, put her head down. She said, oh yes, right. And I said to the two men, okay boys, I'll just have a quick word with Camilla, and I'll be up in a minute. And they shot upstairs like chickens with no heads. And I could feel upstairs all hell breaking loose. What was she going to do? So I said, Camilla, you'd like to sit down. So we sat down, and I was terrified of her. And I said, Camilla, I'd just like to know that I know exactly what's going on. And she said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, I know what's going on between you and Charles, and I just want you to know that. And she said to me, very interesting, she said to me, you've got everything you've ever wanted. All the men in the world fall in love with you. You've got two beautiful children, what more would you want? And I didn't believe what she said anyway. So I said, I want my husband. And she said, well, and she looked down the whole time. I said to Camilla, I'm sorry I'm in the way. I obviously am in the way. And it must be hell for both of you. But I didn't know what's going on, don't you know?
Whatever. They wanted to manipulate Princess Diana, do whatever it is that they want. And this is the part that I'm really upset with Charles about. Okay? If you were really truly in love with Camilla, I understand the firm did not want you to marry her, but at least let Diana know. Did she want to play that game with you? If Diana have known in advance, this is what they wanted out of her, okay? If Diana was craving for wealth, from my understanding, Diana came from a wealthy family. She was high up there, okay? So if Charles wanted to still be with Camilla, all he had to do is tell her, look, I'm in love with this person. The firm doesn't want me to marry the person I wanted, but I would like for you to be just a face go out in public with me and do this. You could have your own lover, do whatever. Maybe that would have worked. I don't think Princess Diana will play along with it. Maybe that would have worked. Because there are some women that will be more than happy to do that. Okay, as long they know what is being at play from the beginning. But you tricked her, you pretend you love her, you lied to her, you did all of that, and then you abuse her, you make your friend mistreated her on papers and stuff like that.
As someone, because I hadn't passed any O-levels and taken any A-levels, I was stupid.
There were some conversation she had with Charles regarding children and all of that. That was something between her and Charles. Next thing she knows, that was printed on papers.
And I made the grave mistake once of saying to a child I was thick as a plank in order to ease the child's nervousness, of which it did. But that headline went all around the world, and I rather regret saying it.
What I think happened is that I don't think it's Charles who said it to the paper. I think Charles probably took it as a joke and talked to Camilla about it, and then Camilla blabbed it out to the papers. Yeah, and Princess Diana was very upset about that. Okay, history repeats. We're gonna make sure it doesn't continue that way. We're gonna make sure it changes. May you live an interesting time is a curse for a reason. Okay, I have been thinking this for some time. Meghan is being treated the same way Diana was, except Harry isn't running around with an old girlfriend and calling Meghan crazy. Let's see here. That term crazy is easy to come out of the royal family's mouth. The press hounded Diana. We saw it here in the UK every day, and parts of the royal family were complicit in it. Charles did a book, TV program, where the presenter Dembly said she had a borderline personality disorder. Yep, that's the thing. Painted her all this as crazy. And they, what is it on yesterday's, one of the videos I did yesterday, I was reading something where they said, I think it's National Enquirer, had already put something about Meghan's mental well-being. So they were writing the same script for her. But the difference is people already knew Meghan in the public eye. She wasn't that way. Okay, took her kid's name out of took her name out of her kid's birth certificate. So they had the blueprint to follow through. It's just that Harry wasn't playing alone. They didn't think Harry really loved her. So Harry was like, if you're telling her to go, I'm going to. I wanted to go anyway, so thanks very much. Okay, that's that. They cannot bear a woman who won't do as she told. And this is the thing the US is trying to do too, where they do, what is it, Roe versus Wade. They remove that and they send it to the state, because majority of the state is running by those crazies, and they want to do that. If you follow, I haven't followed it that much. There's a YouTube channel that talk about the doggers. Occasionally I watch that. My goodness, it's that same mentality. Okay, I remember it too well. There are a number of interviews on YouTube with Patrick Jebsen, all worthwhile watching. Let's see this here. Detail how King Charles made Diana life hell with about her mental health. Yep, this is the thing that they go straight at the mental part to paint a picture of them, of their victims. Princess Diana, former chief of staff, has blasted King Charles, former courtiers, for spreading lies that she was mentally ill. Princess Diana, former chief of staff, has okay, same thing. Patrick Jebsen, who worked closely alongside Diana for 8 years, alleged that Charles' staff smeared his first wife in a systematic campaign, while it was an open secret within the establishment that he was having an affair with a longtime mistress, Camilla Parker Bowles. Jebsen said, quote, "This is not just some casual gossip, it was systematic campaign." Okay, yeah, there's another interview I have of him where he was talking the difference in terms of employment, how many people are in Charles' corner and how many people in Princess Diana's corner. I think Charles had about 200 people working for him, and they wanted the Queen to do something, and Diana was like, pick up the phone. But Charles' people were like, oh, we need to file this, we need to do this, and Princess Diana was like, there's the phone right there, just pick up the phone and call the Queen, will she do it? And then they did that, and they got the answer that they want in a second.
There was a stark visual reminder of what had happened to what had been previously a united household. But because we were that small, it reflected Diana's own preferences to be responsive, to react quickly to things, and she didn't like red tape. She was very good at doing her work, very disciplined, but she didn't like officialdom. So one time the Prince of Wales was debating whether or not to do a particular engagement, and he wondered if his mother might do it instead, and his private secretary said, well, I will write a memo to the Queen's private secretary. And Diana leaned across the table and said, there's a telephone over there, why don't you pick it up and ask her yourself? And he did, like a man on a date. And he went to the telephone, he picked it up, he got put through to the Queen. The Queen said, yes, of course I'll do it. And he came and sat back at the table and looked at Diana as if she was some sort of a miracle worker, because everything else was a wonderful British bureaucracy. Diana knew how to cut through it to get what was required.
Okay, somewhere after Morton Books, his popularity was at 4. Okay, 4%. Nobody wanted him as king. Exactly. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I can't believe I read all of the comments. Alright, next tweet. I might have to do another video because I have a lot left. Alright, so I'm gonna stop here. I'll start the next video on this. Alright, because we're a little bit more on other thing. Alright, so let's do a prayer because I'm 58 minutes. Prayer for brighter future, because these people wants to repeat the negativity, but we want brighter future. Okay, when I'm worrying about tomorrow, bring me back to your presence with me today. And when I can't escape the anxiousness of what could come, pour out your peace in my heart and mind. Amen. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. Let's pick something. What is this? Let's see here. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. Alright, so that reminds me of what I was saying about William. Since he was a child, he's been doing some unethical things, but they let it pass. But let's pick something else. Let's do this. Okay, dear God, I don't know what the future holds, but I know the future is in your hands. Bring me to a better tomorrow. Make the days of my life and the life in my days overflow with love, kindness, and appreciation. Amen. I think this is good. I'm gonna leave it as that. Okay, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. New subscribers, welcome. Alright, so I'm gonna do video number 2, and I will start with this. Alright, so that's it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
are all in this together. And